Hey guys, welcome back on another episode on the Sit Down with Kiora, Ep.4. This is going to be about healing and solitude and my journey and advice that I would have to give to others who are going through the same thing. I definitely, in the past, I would say 6, 7 months, I definitely have been going through a serious healing phase. And honestly, just getting to know myself better. I feel like this past couple of years, I have not been myself in the sense where it's like I was trying to be someone I wasn't, and I was trying to fix myself in order to fit someone else's value. So for me, I really had to realize that my own sense of worth and my own love was just as good as anyone else's that I was seeking validation from. And I don't need external validation from anyone to make me feel good about myself. As long as I have that internal validation and I know that I'm good as who I am and for myself, that's all that matters. And that to me definitely means the absolute world now that I found that a part of myself, because I think for so long I really was hiding in the shadows because I was scared of being seen, and I just wasn't being authentic with myself. Like I definitely was trying to hide parts of myself just to please other people, and like I'm no longer doing that. I think for me now, I'm stepping into my truth and I'm stepping into my power and my authenticity, and I'm proud to say that. And if you don't like me for it, then sorry, that's not my problem. But I think the healing journey that I've been on, it's definitely made me realize what I needed to focus on. And that was things that I suppressed because I didn't want to deal with it. That was things that I was scared to face because I was scared it was going to just open a can of worms that my heart was already okay from. And it was just something that I had to realize that the only way you're going to deal with this and move on from this is if you really open yourself to dealing with it. And that's what I had to do. I had to really be okay with dealing with parts of myself and situations and things that were uncomfortable for me. But that's the process. Is the change is uncomfortable. You sit in it and you're like, okay, you can't change this, but you can accept it for what it is and be willing to move on so it's not reoccurring again and again and again. Like it's not a reoccurring theme. Healing put me in a state of solitude where I was isolated from everyone around me, and really just being okay in my own company and being okay with getting to know myself better and getting to know Kiora, and just really getting to know the different parts of myself that I suppressed so much because I was willing to try to be seen from other people. And at one point I really had to like write letters to myself, because I had to write letters of like the version of me who was a child, and then, you know, like a version of me who was a teenager, and then a version of me who was like a young adult. Like there's so many things that I think we don't give to ourselves. And for me, those letters gave me like a sense of closure that like, hey, like this is how, you know, this version of you was feeling. This is how it has affected you now. And this is how, you know, we're going to deal with this so that we can heal it and move on from it. Now, when it comes to the solitude that came with those letters, I've learned so much. Like I've learned more about myself each and every single day I spent in solitude. And that just had to do with me even spending time going out to get food by myself, going to the gym by myself, just working and making my bag. Like when you're so comfortable in your own company, no one can come in and disturb your peace, because the peace is already you, you know? And I think this state of solitude really had to happen for me, because I think I was so dependent on getting that love and getting that sense of joy from everyone else, where it really was like, you can't seek it from anyone else. You have to really seek it from yourself. And that's the only way you're going to be able to get that. And I started doing it. I started, doing my own stuff, going out, doing my own shit, and really just seeking that joy and love that I was seeking from everyone else, from myself. And God will test you and test you and test you until you're finally at your breaking point. And it's like, you got to end this cycle. You got to end this cycle. And for me, it's like, was a situation that happened for me. And it was like God intentionally put this person in my life for me to really be like, oh shit, like this can't go on anymore. Like this has to stop. And it was something that really helped me because honestly, I am better for it now and I'm more consciously aware of everything going on around me. And I'm more open to different things because it's like when you're so fixated on one thing going right, you're forgetting about everything else around you. And for me, there was so many things that were happening around me, but my one thing and my energy was just focused on this one thing. And it's like you have to be willing to step back and view things from a different perspective because that's the only way you're going to learn. And that's the only way you're going to be like, you know what? Hey, I deserve better than this. I am better than this. And this is not the end of my story. And that's okay. And for those who are going through the same journey, whether it was a relationship, whether it was a friendship, whether it was a loss of some sort, or just an internal battle that you're going through, I want to let you know that this is only temporary and it's not something that's going to be a long lasting thing. There is light at the end of the tunnel, and it's just for you to deal with what you're dealing with head on, not suppress it, not trying to hide and run from it, because ultimately you running from it, it's just gonna make you circle back later down the road and, deal with it head on, but even bigger than what it was before. So my advice to all you women, men, girls, boys out there who are dealing with something and that are healing from something and that are a state of solitude is really just be your own person, be your own true love, be your own best friend, be your own support system. Help is around. There are so many people that are willing to help you. So if you feel like you can't talk to someone, trust me, someone may not be willing to listen, but someone else willing to listen, and that is okay. Storms don't last forever. They come and go, but they also shape us into the rainbow that's at the end of the tunnel. And you just have to be willing to sit in it for a while, sit in your pain, sit in, your tears, and just know that everything gets better. And listen, God is always listening. So pray, do what you have to do, but just know that everything will work out. And what didn't work out for you is truly a blessing in disguise. Even if you don't see it now, trust that it was meant to happen the way it did and that everything's going to turn out okay. And this journey of yours is only just beginning and you have so much more to come. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode on healing and solitude. Thanks for tuning in on the Sit Down with Kiora, and I can't wait for you guys to join me on the next episode. Bye, guys.